Genesis 8. And Elohim remembered Noach, and all the beasts and all the cattle that were with him in the ark. And Elohim made a wind to pass over the Arats, and the Mayim subsided. And the fountains of the deep and the windows of the Shamayim were stopped, and the rain from the Shamayim was withheld. And the Mayim receded steadily from the Arats, and at the end of the 150 Yomim the Mayim diminished. And in the 7th month, the 17th Yom of the month, the ark rested on the mountains of Ararat. And the Mayim decreased steadily until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st Yom of the month, the tops of the mountains became visible. And it came to be, at the end of 40 Yomim, that Noach opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent out a raven, which kept going out and turning back until the Mayim had dried up from the Arats. Then he sent out a dove from him, to see if the Mayim had receded from the face of the ground. But the dove found no resting place for its feet, and returned into the ark to him, for the Mayim were on the face of all the Arats. So he put out his hand and took it, and pulled it into the ark to himself. And he waited yet another 7 Yomim, and again he sent the dove out from the ark. And the dove came to him in the evening, and see, a freshly plucked olive leaf was in its mouth. And Noach knew that the Mayim had receded from the Arats. And he waited yet another 7 Yomim, and sent out the dove, which did not return to him again. And it came to be in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st Yom of the month, that the Mayim were dried up from the Arats. And Noach removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and saw the surface of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 27th Yom of the month, the Arats was dry. And Elohim spoke to Noach, saying, Go out of the ark, you and your Ashah, and your sons' wives with you. Bring out with you every living creature of all flesh that is with you, of birds, of cattle, and all creeping creatures that creep on the Arats. And let them multiply on the Arats, and be fruitful, and increase on the Arats. So Noach went out, and his sons and his Ashah, and his sons' wives with him, every beast, every creeping creature, and every bird, whatever creeps on the Arats according to their kinds, went out of the ark. And Noach built an altar to Yahuah, and took of every clean beast and of every clean bird, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And Yahuah smelled a soothing fragrance. And Yahuah said in his heart, Never again shall I curse the ground because of man, although the inclination of man's heart is evil from his youth, and never again smite all living creatures, as I have done, as long as the Arats remains, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and winter and summer, and Yom and Layla shall not cease.